storm that Goderich experienced at around 4 o'clock this afternoon was indeed a tornado. The preliminary reports that I've seen so far and the damage that we've been able to take a look at and photograph puts us in mind of a high-end Fujita Strength 2 tornado, possibly Fujita Strength 3.
To that end, I need to ask everyone to stay away from the downtown core and other areas of the town where damage is the worst. These areas have been closed down and designated as no trespassing areas.
We had a storm surge that came right through to the north of our building, through the public park here, and just uprooted century-old trees and took the top off of houses in its path.
Public safety is our #1 priority at this time, as buildings are insecure. We have officers in the area from neighboring detachments, and we'll be working around the clock keeping this area secure. The area is completely locked down to the public and has been deemed a no-go zone.
Well, I first learned about it, I was in St. Mary's, and I'd gone into the Tim Hortons, and I bumped into a friend of mine, and he said, "Are you going to Goderich?" And I said, "Why?" And he said, "You didn't hear about the tornado." And so he told me what had happened. I checked my BlackBerry. First thing I thought about was my friend Carol Mitchell, and I knew that her office was right in the square. So I pinned her to see if she was okay. She emailed me back, and she said, "John, words just can't describe what happened."
I first heard about it, it was actually an opening night of Guys and Dolls at the Huron Country Playhouse, and you know how we tell the audience to turn off their cell phones and so on, but I unfortunately kept mine on buzz, and it kept buzzing over and over and over, and I let it go for a while, and then I thought something's going on, and I looked down, and all these messages kept coming in saying, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" But they weren't saying what had happened, so I decided to leave the theater for a few minutes, and I checked in with some of my friends and family, and they said, "Have you heard what happened in Goderich?"
So what I did is I called Anita Gaffney, who's with the Stratford Festival, who this year is chairing the United Way's campaign for Huron and Perth counties. I pitched that idea to her, and I said, "You know who should be doing this? It should be our friends at Drayton."
John Wilkinson called me about this. I thought immediately it was a wonderful idea. You know, historically in times of need, it's the artists who step forward first to help.
Well, there's no better group of people in the world than artists. And when they put their mind together to do something for their community, it's remarkable. People have a lot of money for good causes, but people also love entertainment. And if you can put those two things together, you can have a powerful emotional experience, and you can actually help your neighbors. And what the good people in Goderich need right now is as many friends as possible.
And I'm overwhelmed actually by how many theaters are going to participate. It includes the Stratford Shakespeare Festival, Shaw, Drayton of course, Theatre Orangeville, Theatre Aquarius, the Grand Theatre in London, Victoria Playhouse in Petrolia. The list just goes on, and in fact I keep getting calls all the time. So it's really heartwarming to see how many theatre companies want to participate.
But it takes the whole community to come together. And I can't think of a better group than the United Way. Their response to this crisis was immediate and remarkable. And that has inspired so many other good people in our communities to rally together to help the good people of Goderich and the nearby area, which was also devastated, and help rebuild that beautiful, beautiful town and make it the envy of Canada once again.
The event is happening on November 20th, that's Sunday, November 20th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Admission for this star-studded benefit performance is $50, and it includes a $25 tax receipt. And tickets can be purchased exclusively through the Drayton Entertainment Box Office at 519-238-6000. That's 238-6000. And the event is taking place on the main stage at Huron Country Playhouse in Grand Bend.